After 3 weeks of waiting, wondering if it will happen, the moment has come, and the announcement of announcements is about to be presented. Toronto Comic-Con! Mr. J, Arachnash, the Mountain Man, and Raider are invading March the 20th to 22nd, Toronto Comic-Con in Toronto, which is a given. We'll be inviting and hanging out with such celebrities as Chad Coleman, Karen June, Shannon Doherty, J.Alex Richards, and Terry Farrell and more. Make sure you get your tickets at ComicConToronto.com. Make sure you get to see everyone, including AMAudiomedia.com, Doctor Who Dark Journey, That Joker Guy, and more. If you see us, say hi to the droids and bring us some chimichangas. Oh, episode 185 of the Droids podcast. Mr. J is here yet again. It must be Monday already, I think. Is it? Shit. It's March the 9th. Do you know what happens in 11 days? Toronto Comic-Con! And you're in luck, my fellow asshats. We're going. And not only are we going, they gave us media passes. 3 days of running amok in Toronto. As a company, I won't lie, had to change my pants. But the Mountain Man wasn't wearing pants when I told him. So now he needs a new chair. Yeah, I told everyone, Mountain Man. What are you gonna do? You can turn your beard full Cthulhu? I'm not afraid of your beard. With that said, we have lots of news to go over today. So let us get started with Droids episode 184 news podcast now. If you haven't seen it, there's been a lot of buzzing on the internet. Bzz, like bees everywhere, flies, or midgets with wings. Anyways, fan of Carl Urban's badass Dread movie is wanting a sequel, which is funny because I wouldn't mind seeing one as well. I didn't realize until after watching this video with producer Adi Shankar, I believe his name is, who just released the R-rated Power Rangers short. He explains why it probably won't happen unless The Rock is involved, because The Rock is the savior of all franchises, and I'm forced to agree. The Rock seems to dip into a franchise like Fast and the Furious and G.I. Joe as an example, and he kind of revitalizes it, and I'm not against that, because it's The Rock, and he can beat the shit out of me, and no one would care at all. People would be like, that was kind of sick, and how he just powerbombed you through a glass table. You're a fat guy, and he picked you up like a small child. See? Even the police wouldn't care. They're too afraid of him, too. Anyways, I implore you to watch the video with the guy who dresses up like the Crow, and he gives you the lesson in film finance. Look it up! How to make a Dread sequel, Q&A lesson in film finance. I implore you to do it. It's amazing. New podcast announcement, children, as The Walking Dead will end on March the 29th, and then we have to go back into hibernation for, what, 7 months? Hoping, wondering, worrying, is The Walking Dead coming back? We know it is, but we're allowed to live in some of our own delusions. So the Mountain Man brought up a fantastic idea, but let's fill the void for a few months and cover Game of Thrones. Now, after recently watching the new trailer that came out this week, sold. Alright, so starting on the first weekend of April, which I believe is the 5th is when it comes out, I'm 100%, 99% sure they normally have a date. They don't have a date, fuck them, they don't have a date. Anyways, April the 12th, ha! In April the 12th, the Mountain Man and myself and others will begin the Droid of Thrones podcast to cover that time. Oh, Game of Droids, maybe? We're gonna do some brainstorming and stuff. Anyways, look forward for that, and make sure you check out the new Game of Thrones trailer. DC Comics rumors. That's right, there will be no Batman or Harley Quinn in the Arrow show going forward. I mean, why would I want to see, and just hear me out, I am a Batman fanboy, so I want everyone to understand before they start building the cross to nail me to it, but why would I want to see Batman in the Arrow show? That doesn't make any type of sense whatsoever. Maybe in a perfect world down the road, Justice League movie, they could all come together and be one. But in the meantime on TV, that doesn't even make sense. Like, you have Gotham and he's still a kid. So then you're just going to be adding more intangibles to the fold. It was nice to see the stunt person dressed up as Harley Quinn and then Tara Strong voicing her from afar, which was kind of cool. I'm not against that. But I'm still kind of like, does this need to happen? I'm going to go with no. Even though Arrow is currently in a Batman storyline, yeah, a lot of people are not happy about that. And I'm one of them. Whatever. Point is, Batman can stay in Gotham, Arrow can stay where it is. And there's a Flash crossover, I'm not against that because it kind of works. But Batman? Nope. No. Well, Jeremy Renner has agreed to be a part of Captain America's Civil War. It is going to start shooting this spring, which is technically now, because it's finally starting to fucking melt snow. I'm telling you, if you're not from Canada, it's fucking horrible. The snow is too much. Anyways, it will start shooting this spring, which is this month, I think. But Hawkeye wasn't a part of the original Civil War comic, which we know, but let's be honest here, they're not going to follow it whatsoever. The film will have Captain America in it, Anthony Mackie as Falcon, RDJ as Iron Man, Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, Chadwick Boseman as Panther, Daniel Bruhl in a mystery role, Frank Grillo as Crossbone, and of course the new Spider-Man, which we'll get to now, has Sony and Marvel found their new Spider-Man. From what I'm hearing is that they want a younger Spider-Man that's actually in high school. Not someone who's in their mid to late 20s acting like they're in high school. Actually, someone who's there. Jesus. Little bit young. In the past, they had Logan Lerman and Dylan O'Brien on the list of potential people. But now everyone's looking at the new young actor from the UK by Sam Strike. That is not his real last name. Like, that's just a little bit too convenient. He apparently has been offered the role, and he's got photos of himself wearing a Spider-Man mask saying he's Spider-Man. I can honestly tell you, I was okay with Garfield. You can judge me. Don't care. I was okay with Garfield. That wasn't his fault that Electro was throwing blue semen at people. Not his fault. And Tobey wasn't too bad until the third movie, so that's okay. I was okay with a black Spider-Man, by the way. I was okay with Miles Morales. I don't know why they didn't do that. Hell, they could have did Spider-Gwen. I would have been okay. They've already fucked up the universe anyway, so I don't know why they're trying to save it now. The phrase of kind of fucking bold goes without saying, and what that means is that AMC has already renewed the spin-off show that takes place in Los Angeles, The Walking Dead, also possibly titled Fear the Walking Dead, has already signed for 2 seasons? We don't even have the first season fully shot yet, but we're going to make sure 2 seasons come out of it. AMC notorious for doing these type of stunts before, and they've already renewed Better Call Saul before the first episode even aired. It's kind of bold for AMC. Just looking at some of the photos, it looks kind of cheesemo, but here's the positive. We take incredibly seriously the notion of building a satisfying companion series, the #1 show on television. From the beginning of The Walking Dead on AMC, we've been asked questions about how everything came to be and what it looked like when the world started to turn. So they're basically starting this from 0 day or day 0 or whatever you want to call it, which is different. So we actually get to see what happened at the beginning and build up into everything else. I'm not really against this. I like it. Lucy Lowe, since her days on Xena, has been busy, I will say that at least, after coming off huge roles in Spartacus and then having a pop-up in what I mean by pop up a quick walk-on of Marvel's Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., she is now able to be reunited with her co-star Bruce Campbell because they worked together on Xena and Ash vs. the Evil Dead. How much win is that? She'll play a character named Ruby whose quest is to hunt down the source of the recent evil outbreaks, blah blah blah. So it's kind of cool that they're having a little bit of a reunion from the good old days of like Hercules and Xena and shit. That's actually kind of cool. I won't lie, I was pretty excited to see this story. Very excited. Now let's just hope that they hurry up and get the show out so we can all move on and be extremely happy about it. Win! We have finally found someone who has a bigger ego than Robert Downey Jr. Goes by the name of James Gunn. You're like, who the hell is James Gunn? James Gunn is a person that's been responsible for a lot of the Marvel movies as of late. His head has grown so big that he feels that they do not need to have a panel at the San Diego Comic-Con. I'm sorry, did you not notice the time that San Diego Comic-Con is the biggest Comic-Con of all time every year? Cancel all the other ones. Why'd you cancel the big one? Retard? I apologize, I offended people. Sorry, fucking retard? Who the fuck does that? I will go in your place. If that makes you feel better, since you don't want to go, I'll go. I will pick up the mountain man, some midgets, and maybe some popcorn, and we'll go to San Diego Comic-Con. We have no problem. I'll even be on the panel. I will sit there and talk like this all day. And then I'll hire in, because he's not doing anything anymore, the Ask a Ninja, and he can explain to me and the mountain man, Death Revolution. If you don't know what that is, you should probably be on YouTube right now looking it up. What the fuck? I'm actually kind of blown away that he's like, well, Marvel isn't going, so I'm not sure I will eat it. What the fuck? Why the hell would you not go to the biggest Comic-Con of the year? Not even talking about PAX, or Manhattan, or New York, or Phoenix, or Fan Expo. But they pass on San Diego Comic-Con. That was the sound of my mind exploding. Wow. I have nothing left to say about this. I'm actually kind of really annoyed about it. And that will be it for episode 184 of the Droids News Podcast. That's right, guys. I'm sorry. It's a little bit of a shorter one this week. Don't worry, you're in luck. We have episodes 185, 186, 187 already done. We've even had another guest come on the show and talk about their time that's going to be at Toronto Comic-Con. I'm not telling you who, because you're going to have to... Who? Maybe that's your hint right there. Who knows? Who knows? Is the doctor in the house? Haha, puns. With that said, episode 184 of the Droids News Podcast is done. Totally tripped over my own words there. Don't forget, Toronto Comic-Con. You want to make sure you're going. Make sure you go to ComicConToronto.com. You get to hang out with great people like Droids Canada, because we're there for all 3 days. Media passes for all 3 days. 1, 2, 3. 3 media passes, technically 4. See where I'm going with that? Stretching that guy out like a Dane Cook comedy skit. I'm gonna keep stretching this one out. I'm gonna tell the same jokes over and over again and hope that people understand me. And then I'll vanish in the background and no longer make movies. The truth is out there.